Hello and a happy new year. Welcome to 2023. I am so excited to see what this year has in store for you. No matter where you are in your breast cancer journey, it's going to be a good year if we start it the right way. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Starting the year the right way. There is a right way to start your year, and there is a wrong way to start your year. Did you know that? It's true. I've been in health and wellness for 20 plus years now as a health and transformation coach. And I specialize in helping breast cancer survivors to get their energy and their life back after active treatment has ended. But even prior to specializing and working with breast cancer survivors, I can tell you for 20 plus years, I've watched people start their year the wrong way. And perhaps you can relate to this. When it's the wrong way, we're starting the year with perhaps a New Year's resolution or a goal. Maybe there's a goal to lose 20 pounds. Maybe there's a goal to run a marathon. Maybe there's a big, big, big goal. And I've seen people go at that goal 100%, everything that they've got. And then typically by about March time, you're burned out, right? You've suddenly run out of steam. You're suddenly finding it really hard to stay on track. You're finding it difficult to get out of bed and to keep going and to do what you know that you've set your goal to. Now, the problem with this, and if you've been in this situation, let me know. Let me know in the comments. But this is my observation over the past 20 years. When we are then not in integrity with the words that we've set, the resolutions that we have set, we then get super hard on ourselves. We beat ourselves up. We feel like we're failing, like we're not good enough, like we're doing something wrong. And perhaps you're even thinking, what's wrong with me? Because you're watching other people stay on track and reach their goals when you're just finding it too hard not to. Right? Can you relate to that? Certainly has been my observation. And I know that after breast cancer, it's really similar, right? People are saying, be vegan. It's the only way to be healthy. You've got to do this exercise. It's the only way to be healthy. And we're putting so much pressure on ourselves that it feels really, really, really hard. Especially when you're already feeling exhausted and wiped out and finding it hard to have the motivation to even make dinner, let alone go vegan when you just love a juicy burger, right? Completely upholding your life. And then what about the time, right? Because everybody's expecting you to get back to everything that you always did before cancer. Where's the time? Where's the time to take care of you? And these are very realistic. I'm not even going to use excuses, right? Because they're not, but these are very realistic objections to reaching your goals, to setting out to do what you want to be doing. So let's just say that way really doesn't work, right? I'm not going to call it the wrong way. It just doesn't work. It's been proven that it doesn't work. So we don't want to be starting the year off doing what we've always done, feeling the way that we've always done, and not reaching our goals, especially when we're already fatigued and don't have enough energy. So it's really important when we're feeling this way to focus what little energy we have on ourselves, on ourselves. And this is what I know about you. If you've been diagnosed with breast cancer, I know that you are somebody that predominantly focuses and finds it much easier to focus on everybody else, right? It's hard to look at you. It's hard to turn around and say, who am I now? Or what do I want out of this life? But inside, you may well have this feeling that things just don't fit the way that they used to. almost like it's a square peg trying to fit into a round hole, right? And when you spend your time and energy focusing on others, and you have this sense of responsibility, and I know this because this used to be me, right? This used to be me. I used to spend every ounce of everything I had taking care of everybody else. It's who I am. But the problem was, and this is what I invite you to think about as you're listening to this today, is if all of your time and energy and focus is going on everybody else, where do you fit into that picture? How are you going to reach your goals if everything is going outward? Think about that. Think about that for a second. Now, I know that it's really hard to make that shift to focusing on you. And you may feel like it's selfish, right, to do that. And we may say things to ourselves like, well, everybody else relies on me. I've always been the strong one for everybody. Everybody comes to me. I'm the problem solver. I'm the one that fixes everybody else's problems. But the problem is that going to help you get your energy back or get your life back? And is it going to help you not get sick again? What do you think? What do you think? If we're doing what we've always done, if we change nothing, is the outcome of how we're going to feel in our life, in our body, in our health, is the outcome going to change? And the answer is no. According to Albert Einstein, that's the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. So instead of just repeating what you've always done, I'd like to invite you to start this new year the right way. So what's the right way? You're saying, Karen, what's the right way? And this is the way to actually make a lifelong difference in your energy, in your life, in your anxiety, helping minimize side effects from treatment, helping you get more energy, more joy, get your life back. Might be a different life. It might look different because you're different. Nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean it's bad. It can actually be so much better than it was before breast cancer. So this is the shift that I'm going to ask you to make this year if you want to start your new year the right way. Okay? I want you to do this. I really do, because I know the difference that this shift makes for me, that makes for all of my clients, and I know it can make the shift for you too. So I invite you to start the year by putting yourself first, by prioritizing self-care. Okay, self-care was kind of an optional thing before breast cancer, but since that breast cancer diagnosis, it's no longer an option. This is the thing that has to shift if you want to stay healthy, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And that's because my definition of self-care is maybe a little different than some others. This is my definition of self-care. This is how I think of it. Self-care is the conscious act that you take, not think about, but take to promote your own physical, mental, and emotional health and well-being. So let's think about this for a minute, right? Let's say that we'll talk about food. It's such a common one, especially after the new year. We're thinking maybe about either being healthy or losing weight or energy, all of those things. And we know that food is going to play a major part in that. So self-care comes into play because I know so often, right, let's say you've got the energy to be making dinner. You know that you want to be adding in more veggies to your meal. right? It's something that we do talk about a lot after breast cancer. And you know what? If you don't have breast cancer, this is something that helps you lower your risk of breast cancer, is getting those nutritious foods in. And that means lots of plants, lots of veggies. But you're saying you don't want to be vegan. So you know that you've made this decision. Okay, I'm going to continue to eat my chicken, organic preferably, but I'm going to add lots of veggies to the plate. And you're starting to cook dinner. And let's say your husband comes in and he comes over, hey, babe, what's for dinner? And he sees all the vegetables. He sees the cauliflower and he sees the carrots, and there's even some green beans as well. He's like, I don't want any of that. Why are you cooking that? What's the point? And so, what often happens when that thing is said by a spouse or by your kids, it's green, I'm not eating that, I'm not going to touch that, we stop making them. We stop making them because others in the family aren't going to eat them. Why do we do that? What we're doing when we do that is we're putting ourselves on the back burner. We're saying that we don't matter enough to eat those veggies. And I'm going to argue that fact, because you do matter enough. You'll always matter enough to make those veggies. So self-care is you saying, nope, I matter enough. I'm going to eat those veggies, regardless of what everybody else is saying or thinking or doing. You are making the decision that works for you. That is what true self-care is. And that is what you get to choose to do throughout your day, every single day. In a million ways, we get to do that. But so often, it's not something that we can shift to on our own. It sounds really easy, right? Okay, I just need to prioritize myself more. But if you've ever tried it, right? If you've ever been on a diet, you know how hard that is. It's not something that we can do on our own. You need support from somebody that has all the little inner tricks, that has walked the path from being somebody that focuses all of her energy and time on others to now focusing on myself first, so that, and this is really important, I'm still a carer. I'm still a giver. It's who I am. I don't want to change that about myself. And I don't want you to change that about you. This is not about changing who you are. It's changing how you show up. Now, I know for me, I could not show up and be here for you, supporting the breast cancer community, if I weren't prioritizing self-care. I couldn't show up for my family, for my new grandson, the way that I do, unless I prioritize taking care of me first. Because when we make this shift, that's where we get our energy from. That's so that we've got the energy to not only take care of ourselves, but others too. No matter how tired we are, no matter how motivated we are, no matter how much time we have. But you've got to learn that skill from somebody that has walked the path. It is not something that you can do on your own. And I've watched many people try. So don't waste the time, right? Don't waste your time trying to figure this out on your own. It's too much, especially when you're already tired, especially when you're just trying to figure out, what does my new normal look like after breast cancer? What is this even doing? Let's start your year the right way. The way that is going to impact everything from your life, from this moment forward, is making this shift. Because it is the thing, and nobody talks about this. Nobody talks about it, which is why I'm talking about it. Because after 20 years, after going through many, many, many major traumas in my life, including my own breast cancer and BRCA2 diagnosis, this is the thing. This is the thing that changes how we show up, so that we can take care of ourselves and everybody else. So that I don't know, you tell me, is it selfish to have more energy so that you can do more things with the people that you love? Is it selfish to take care of yourself first so that you've got more energy to go out for dinner with a loved one, to have time in conversation, laughing, visiting with each other, instead of isolating yourself in the basement, barricading yourself in because you just want to be left alone so that you can get your energy back? Does that sound selfish? It's in fact the opposite. Self-care is the opposite of being selfish, especially when you're somebody that gives and takes care of people. Because what it does when it's done the right way, when you implement my tools correctly, you end up with more energy, more joy, more vibrancy to go out and connect with the people in your world. That, to me, is not selfish. It's the opposite. That's you doing the best thing you could possibly do in your life. And you might be over here now saying, okay, Karen, okay, I'm kind of getting it that self-care isn't selfish. I'm getting it that if I choose to take care of myself first in the right way, then I can not be resentful of the time and energy that I spend with others because I'm going to have more energy to start with. Great. Okay, wonderful. So how do I do it? Right? How do I do that? Well, my promise to you is that I'm never going to leave you hanging, right? I hate that feeling. I hated that feeling when my active treatment was done. And I kind of felt, maybe you did too, like the rug was just pulled out from under me. And I was like, what now? What now? Right? Sobbing and exhausted and not knowing what to do. And there's no roadmap until now. I'm offering you your roadmap to your new normal. I'm offering you the answer to what do I need to do to help lower my risk of getting sick again. And guess what? What I'm offering you today is free. So I don't want any excuses, right? Let's start 2023 the right way, not repeating old habits, not going down the same path so that we end up beating ourselves up. We don't need to do that. We certainly don't have the bandwidth for it. Start your year by focusing on taking care of you first so that you can show up for others. And to help you do that, I would want to invite you to join me in my upcoming class. And there's a couple of dates. So all you need to do is click, there's a link around wherever you're watching this video, there's a link. And you get to click and join the class, How to Get Your Energy and Life Back in 2023, especially after breast cancer. But if you haven't been through breast cancer and this is calling to you and you're like, you know what, Karen, this really resonates, come and join the class. I'm never going to turn you away. Never going to turn you away. Because these tools that I teach you in this class help you for the rest of your life. How does that sound for 60 to 90 minutes of your time investment? Tools that help you for the rest of your life. Not bad, right? So come join me for the How to Get Your Energy and Life Back class in 2023. Like I said, when you click the link, you'll see that there's a couple of dates. Click on the pink link, the pink button that says save your seat. Then you'll see dates for you to choose and choose the date that works best for you. If you don't see a date that works best for you, click one of them anyway. You will get a replay video sent right to your inbox. Obviously, if you join live, then we get to interact and I get to help you specifically with your questions. So it's always best to join live. But also, different time zones and working with people around the world, not everybody can join live. That's okay. Just click and register anyway, and you'll get the recording sent right to your inbox. Okay? So let's just recap. Let's start 2023 the right way, with intention, being mindful about the life that you want to live and how you want to live it. Because you do get to choose those things. There are many things out of our control. I understand that. But there are also many things every single day that you do get to control that can either help you put yourself first and help you get your energy back, or just continue putting everybody else first and keep it sucking you dry. I don't want that for you. You can have both. I promise. You can have both. You just have to know the right way to do it. So join the class. If you're on live and have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat right now. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'll give it just a few minutes. But remember, the wrong way to start your year is to keep doing what you've always done. So if you're setting the same goal again over and over and over, it's time to do it differently, right? Obviously, it's not working. It's not that there's anything wrong with you. It's the way that you are starting your new year just isn't working for you. It's not you. It's the method. And the method is broken. So putting yourself first is the true key to staying on track with all of your healthy habits. It's the key. We've got this little autopilot inside us that loves to be taken care of. And she's amazing. She'll bring you back on track no matter what you're going through, as long as you take care of her. I'm going to show you how, starting in that class. So again, we're not starting this year the wrong way. We're starting this year the right way. Click the link around this video to join How to Get Your Energy and Life Back in 2023 with me, your host, Karen Del Maestro, health and transformation coach, breast cancer, BRCA2 thriver, and self-care expert. I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay. If you can find me hanging out all of the time in our Healthy Living After Breast Cancer Facebook community, feel free to join us over there if you're not watching from there already. I know that this video is streamed right into there, but that's where I hang out the most. And we've got together the most amazing community of incredible women just like you who want to get their energy and life back. And they just need support because it's hard. And you don't need to go it alone. You don't need to go it alone. We get it in that community. I get it. I've walked the path. And I'm going to help you get your energy and life back if you allow me by joining this free class. Okay? Join me next week for our Heart to Heart live Mondays at noon. And we're going to be continuing this theme of how you want to start your year and what's important to you, so that no matter where you are in your breast cancer journey, we can give you a healthy focus, one that feels good to you with where you are. Okay? Don't forget, come join me in the Healthy Living After Breast Cancer Facebook community if you're not over there already. And I will see you next Monday, or hopefully in class. Don't forget to join and click the link. Okay? Bye for now, guys. Happy New Year.